Sultai Reanimator versus Pang. Okay, yeah, we have some lands that we can work with. Kind of slow start here, but I already have 4 lands. I don't need 5. At least not at the moment. Okay, they're going full on Storm Chaser. Okay, I'm taking a lot of damage. Okay. Well, I can take out the monument. That's good. So that was pretty good. I'm gonna take that out too. Okay, are they gonna counter here? No. I hope they can't keep on triggering prowess though. Okay, just hitting for 2, that's fine. Okay, they're getting... What? They're just leveling 2 just to... wait. Oh no, I should have ordered that better. Oh wait, no, even... No. Okay, wait. Slow down. I will discard... this? Yeah. And pick up... this. Because this can at least get rid of those 2 things. Now I am at 6, but they don't have... I know that their deck doesn't have direct damage to my face. What is there for me to Kavaero? A bringer. Let's get back the Kavaero nonetheless. I might need it at some point. I'm actually just casting this for 2 because I want to keep up Bitter Triumph just in case. So Bitter Triumph is my kind of emergency net here. I mean, I am at 3, so I'm at a low life total. They don't have anything to get back with their talents. Pick up an Overlord. Am I playing it too slow here? Maybe. I think at this point I could probably Kavaero. Ah, they did put that on top. Okay. Am I dead? I don't think so. So they can only trigger prowess twice unless they chain into some draw stuff. Get something back. I need to Kavaero next turn, 100%. I think we're good though. I'm gonna go for it. Maybe I should have done it earlier. Alright, gotcha. Alright, the Terror of the Peaks. Okay, Sultai Reanimator. Game 1, victory. On to the next game. Sultai Reanimator versus the Brilliant CU. Okay. Tap that into cash grab. Alright, yeah, the Izzet lesson deck is super popular at the moment, by the way. I really want to make my next land drop. So I prefer to cash grab here. Might change my mind here. Preventing 3 damage here seems pretty good. Yeah, I think doing it this way is still better. Did take some damage out of the opponent's plan. Okay, here comes that, and I have the perfect answer to that in this. So far, so okay, let's say. This thing will give me my Kavaero back. For sure from the graveyard. So I have that insured. And I can insure... Do I need to kill the Gran? Or play the Bale Overlord? Huh. You may draw a card. If you do it, discard a card. Overlord or kill the Gran? What's Gran gonna do? Okay, the thing is, oh, they can't counter this unless they have double the, what's it called? The Quench Your Thirst, which I highly doubt they have it at this point. they would need another blue mana to do that. They don't have it either. So this Kavaero is going to resolve. And I think that resolving should be good enough. Yeah. Yeah, we're good. Do I want to get anything back here? Honestly, I don't. No. I'm just gonna go straight for the bringer. So I think the amount of damage the Terror of the Peaks deals is already locked. It's not locked in, actually. Okay, that's interesting. So that's fine, though. We still have a strong board here. I may draw a card if I don't need to. Alright. So we still have an amazing board. Even if that wasn't able to kill immediately, thanks because of the Harvester. Maybe I should have actually removed the Harvester. Yeah, in hindsight, I should have discarded something and put the Harvester out of my graveyard back into my hand there. In order to prevent these creatures from becoming smaller and dealing less damage to the opponent. So that might have almost been lethal. That would have been like 6 damage more, maybe 7, maybe 8, I'm not sure. So yeah, that's something to consider. But anyway, another victory for Sultai Reanimator. And I tell you, is it? Lessons is currently all over the place. So be prepared for that. Sultai Reanimator versus the mighty Izunes. Yes. Yeah. Let's go for the... yeah, let's go for the Bookworm here. Like getting this online early and can potentially block as well. I see the opponent is mono green so far. Yep, that's gonna die. I could already have a... Oh my god, should I? I think I will. I know this is almost like overkill, but let's go for this. Because getting back a Valgavoth is already just... Like, this gets me back a Valgavoth, and that already in itself is so strong that I felt like that's good enough, and I don't need to wait any longer and play around. They're tapped out. Go for it, right? Okay, nice. Another victory for Sultai Reanimator. And this deck, yeah, it still works, and maybe it's a good time at the moment. Not much graveyard hate going on. Everybody's trying to make big boards, you know, and sweeping with a Bringer of the Last Gift might just be the answer. But let's keep playing first before we come to any verdict here. Sultai Reanimator. versus Dauntless Drafter Cute Babe 92. 2 Blooming Marshes and not much else going on here. So this is a very awkward hand. Which I will keep. Yeah. You know me. Okay. Maybe this is a loss because I'm too greedy. Oh, okay, that was a bad draw as well. Yeah, this is greedy. Too greedy. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4 completely dead cards. I should have mulliganed that, but I just can never get myself to mulligan. I don't know why. I have some phobia against that. Okay, that's not too bad though. So that's at least gives me a fighting chance. And we're again against Is It Prowess, by the way, not Is It Lessons. Just to be clear here. At least I found a land. I can actually, what I can do is I can mill 4 cards and put 2 creature or land cards in my hand. I think I'm going to do that. And then actually next turn I can potentially Kavaero. But I don't have a bringer in the graveyard at the moment, so that's still not there yet. But okay, let's see what happens. Okay, well, they're giving me free reign here. Okay. A land. So what do we have? Just an Overlord, basically. Okay, let's go Scholar here. I will not discard a flyer. I will discard this. No, this and this. Okay, next turn I can Kavaero with Cavern of Souls. We should be good. So this seems to work out in the end. If they try to make a huge order, I mean, I can't really prevent that. So they're going for full prowess here. But no matter how prowessly they are, this is not going to be anything larger than a 4/4 or even a 5, like max 5/5. If they potentially played 3 1-mana spells here, this is a 5/5, and that's it. All right. So take 4. And here goes Kavaero. Draw 2, discard. Nah, let's discard both of these. Just the Bookworm. Let's play a tapped land. And I mean, this board, like, what's gonna happen here? I have just the Valgavoth in on itself, again, is probably nigh impossible to beat for their deck, because they need to throw, yeah, they just cannot sacrifice 3 non-land permanents, and they cannot kill it in one go. Only there's one spell, one damage spell, which deals damage equal to 2+ I think how many lessons you have. So that's the only spell they have that could potentially kill the Valgavoth in one go. But they would also need to sacrifice 3 non-land permanents. They're not going to be able to do that, and then the lifelink is just going to take over completely. So against the Is It Lessons deck, getting a Valgavoth on the board, it's like, if you can do it, I think just do it whenever you can. It should be just game. All right, nice. Another victory for Sultai Reanimator. On to the next game. Sultai Reanimator versus Frolfsky. Yep. Tap land first. There's no turn 1 play in this deck at all. There's none. So that's just something to know. I almost don't want to discard anything to the Bookworm, but at the same time it's nice to get it online, so I'm going to go for it. It's going to have to be one of these triumphs, actually. Surprisingly enough. Thing is, this is actually, for 2 mana, this is a good stat. Good stats, too. Alright, just go. Attack. And just cash grab. End of their turn. Ah. Okay, fine. All these bitter triumphs gonna go. Hope I don't regret that later. And it's again, Is It Lessons? Can you believe this? Boomerang basics. Okay, sure. I never understand that play. I have double Kavaero already. Let's just get some land drops in here. Now, there's nothing much to get back currently, so I'm not going to go for the big Kavaero play yet. I'm just going to drop a Bookworm. And yeah, I should have thought about the Quenchia and played it land first. That was a little bit sloppy. But I'm okay. I'm in no rush. Like, the longer the game goes, the fuller my graveyard becomes. Okay, now I need to maybe... Now they're gonna maybe pressure me. So yeah, I should have... Not playing a land there was ridiculously bad from my side. This Valgavoth could have been in the graveyard, and as I already said in the previous game, getting a Valgavoth online is all you need. So that was a big mistake. But I think we're still going to be able to win here. I'm going to drop this next, no matter what happens. But what am I going to target? I need to target the monument whenever they cast that. They're not going to go for that, though. So let's go for the Gran, because the reduction in cost is too much. So if I really need to, I can still pull the brakes on the game by at least I can sweep if I need to. But yeah, again, this should be in the graveyard, so I'm not going to repeat it, but yeah, you can feel free to roast me in the comments. That was not a good play. I should have just played the forest, pay the 2 for the Quenchia. Okay, there's that. Okay, you won't be able to counter any Kavaero. One, two, three. Nothing good. Nothing good. But here we go. Yes, okay. Finally my Valgavoth will now enter the graveyard. All I need to do now is survive another turn, and we should be good. Now this is a big turn for them though. They have 6 mana, potentially 7. Everything costs 1 less, so they can probably just cycle through their whole deck. But can they deal 16 damage? Okay, that's good for me already. Like, that's 1 mana spent, not doing anything. So that's good news. 2 mana spent. Okay, this is triggering double prowess. So this is something good already. Now, how many... I can survive only 1 Quenchia, basically. Cavern of Souls would be nice. Or just an untapped land. I could Kavaero twice and go on. Or are they just going to kill me here now? Are they going to kill my Bookworm? I'm still not dead yet. Oh, they have another one of those? Oh, I think I'm dead. No. No. They all... No, what's happening? Okay, they're not... Oh my god. This is crazy. Oh. Oh, they're letting me block. That's big. That's big. That's huge. So that 6 damage prevented is good. Now the question is, how many Quenchies do they have? Oh, let's just pick a land to pay for more Quenchies. So I can pay for 2 Quenchies. Okay, we're good. We're good. I can pay for 2 Quenchies, and they can only cast 2 because they have 2 treasures. Yeah, I'll pay for that, thanks. Oh, they're gonna get me to 1 though. And then they're gonna... Oh, they're gonna win anyway. Because they're gonna make me lose so much life. Yeah. Yeah. Do I have a... And I don't have the dragon, the red dragon here. Yeah, I think they won. I don't think they won, they just won. What copy can we make? Wait, what? Kavaero to copy. Is that... What's gonna happen if I do Valgavoth? Let's just do it. Okay, I'm still dead because nothing has haste, unfortunately, so... Maybe I should have played the Overlord first. Like, I don't think there's any world where they don't have, out of 4 cards in their hand, they don't have anything that cycles or anything, so... Yeah, it's a shame. I'm not sure if it's entirely because of how I misplayed there early on. What was the misplay again? Where I could have paid 2 in order to get the Bookworm down, and instead of them countering it. But yeah, GG. Okay, fine. 1 loss. I feel a little bad about this one. I think I could have probably won somehow, but let me know in the comments if you saw a way to victory here. I will continue on. No, that was the final game. So 4-1 today in today's run with Sultai Reanimator. Let's head over to the recap. Alright. Sultai Reanimator, 4-1 in today's run, showing definitely that the deck is still strong and going, and actually I think it actually has a pretty good matchup against Izzet Lessons, which is currently a super popular deck. I'm not sure if we played like all 5 games against that deck. Like today is, I don't know. I forgot. But maybe just 1 or 2 weren't. I don't know, whatever. But this deck has good chances against that deck. It has good chances against creature-based deck. Control decks can be a little bit more difficult because, well, they have counter spells. And you only have 1 cavern, but that's not only 1. You have ways to find it using the Awaken the Honored Dead, or the Cash Grab, or the Town Greeter. So you definitely have ways to find the cavern. So that's why 1 is enough. But because the rest of the deck has pretty steep mana requirements, especially in the early game, you want to have different types of colored mana on turn 2 and 3. So yeah, that's why 1 cavern here. But that's absolutely crucial. So having this is super important. Okay, but what is the deck about? Well, the deck has a very unique combo. You want to get your Bringer of the Last Gift into the graveyard, in addition to some other big creatures, and ideally also a Terror of the Peaks. Then, on turn 4, ideally, or later, potentially, you want to cast Kavaero, copying the Bringer. This will make the Kavaero enter as the Bringer, and consider this as being cast. Then, each player sacrifices all other creatures and puts all creatures from the graveyards onto the battlefield. So basically, creatures on the battlefield get put in the graveyard, and creatures that were in the graveyard get put on the battlefield. So it's kind of like a sweeper, and you're going to be putting huge beasts onto the battlefield, including Valgavoth, potentially a Harvester, which sweeps small creatures off the table, Ardyn, which can give something haste, Marang, which can bounce stuff, and then the Terror, which deals damage equal to the other creature's power when they enter as well. So you potentially, if you have a lot of creatures in the graveyard, maybe 2 Valgavoths and an Ardyn, you can already just deal lethal damage straight up on the spot. But even if you do not, the board is usually so big and threatening that you can go from there. Alright, so that's the goal. The other cards are here to help you achieve. So what do you need? You need ways to survive. You need ways to put things in the graveyard, to mill. And you need things to discard in case you have these things in your hand. So how do we do it? Well, we have Cash Grab, Town Greeter, and the Overlord to mill and return either creatures or lands back to your hand so you can dig for things. So this will help you find the Kavaero, for example. Then we have things that draw and discard. So the Bookworm and the Scholar. And the Bookworm is pretty good too, because it's also a pretty decent body, which can potentially block 1 or 2 turns, and while also doing its draw discard and helping you put things into the graveyard. Bitter Triumph is a removal spell which helps you discard, and the Awaken works just so well in this deck. It destroys something, it mills, and it allows you to put a creature, something from your hand into the graveyard, for example, a Valgavoth or a Bringer, and helps you get a land that you may need, or a creature such as the Kavaero or the Harvester from the graveyard into your hand. So very synergetic deck. Obviously, it's very, very susceptible to graveyard hate, but that's usually in best of 1. Not a lot of that is in the main deck, except maybe a few Azorius control decks running the Kutzil's Flanker. You should be good. Last but not least, we have a single Smuggler surprise, because this deck, potentially you could end up with a hand where you have like a Valgavoth and an Usurper in your hand, or a Marang and a Valgavoth, and then you can pay 6 to just cheat those into the battlefield. But even on turn 3, milling 4 and then putting up to 2 creature and or land cards into your hand is also pretty strong. So this is why it's in there. It's pretty flexible and can also just surprise the opponent, which is the namesake of the card. All right. That's it for today's run. 4-1, successful. And yeah, the deck still works. And if you love reanimating, and this is a very unique reanimation deck, then give it a shot. All right, let's look at some flavor. All right, Bitter Triumph. Though he wept at Inti's death, Caparocti's eyes were keen, and his spear pierced cleanly through Clavileño's tainted heart. And on that note, thanks for watching, have fun, see you in the arena, and peace.